Good morning, Crooked Gap Farm friends! Today we are not going to be at the farm because today we are up north in northern Iowa, or what I like to call northern Iowa because it's further north than us. We are at my uncle's shop where my son Caleb has finally made the decision on the tractor he is going to restore. If you've been following along for a long time, you know that we've been talking about this for, well, quite some time, almost since the beginning of restarting this channel, as it were. But he has made the choice. Right here it is, Minneapolis Moline ZTS. I'll show you it real quick and then we'll talk about what's going to happen. As you can see, he has already started taking it apart. He's got a pile of the hood, the fuel tank, battery box, grill, a few things like that. Today, he wants to start working on the fenders, getting those off. This tractor does not run, but I believe it's not stuck. At least, I think it's not stuck. Seems like things go cranky, so that's good. He says it's not stuck. The ZTS is a cool tractor for Caleb to pick from my point of view as a dad because it's a wide front, which with our southern Iowa hills, kind of a good thing. Also, it's cool. Caleb wanted to do an older tractor. This one's older. If I slide around to this side where he's at work on the fenders, you can see it has a hand clutch, not a foot clutch. So a cool older tractor. It's got a platform. This is a tractor that was probably sold mostly out west. It wasn't a row crop tractor, so maybe not a lot of sales here in the Midwest. I don't exactly know where this one came from. I don't know the history of it. I think it just came from an auction. I suppose at some point we can ask my uncle, see if there's any backstory to it. But right now the idea is what? What's the idea? What's the process you're doing here, Caleb?
Right now I'm taking off the fenders and hopefully we'll have it at a point where we can start looking at what needs fixed to make it run.
There you have it. Take off the fenders, figure out what's broken, put it back together, make it look like new, drive it around. It sounds like a plan. A really good plan.
Well, that was fast. Got it?
Yeah.
That broke.
Ready? Okay, be gentle.
Fender.
Fenders off, number one.
That sounded like it was going to break for a second.
Ready? Yep. Let's just take it out in the alley. As you can see, he got the fenders off, but there is a little bit of problem with some rusting on the bottom of the fenders where it attaches to the platform. I don't know, you guys got any tips how we can fix that to make it look like new so it doesn't look like this, but, you know, looks good when it's all painted and nice. Tips down below in the comments. If you like this type of video where he's working on the tractor, let me know. We'll try to do more of them. It's going to be a bit of a process. So like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. You know the deal. One of the bonuses of coming to work on a tractor at my uncle's farm, or for my son to come work on a tractor at my uncle's farm, is that it's not the only ZTS on the farm. This one right here, as you can see by the serial plate, which maybe you can't see, is a ZTS, although this one is earlier than the one that we have in there. Of course, it's steel wheel, and if we come around back to the back side here, it's got a little different, I don't know, what do we call it, a console, and that it doesn't have any gauge panel or anything like that. The gauges are just kind of down on the engine frame. But, you know, nominally, it's the same tractor, or at least along the same lines. So when we start putting that one back together, we can come look at this ZTS. Now I'm wondering, is this the only ZTS on the farm? As we make our way through the tractors here, it's kind of a maze. I feel like I have to pick the right path or I'll get stuck. Like if I go over this way, I don't know if I can make it through there. So we'll back up here. Here's a ZB right in front of us right here. This is a ZB. It's the bigger brother of the ZTS, if you want to call it that. Keep walking through here. This one right in front of me, that's an M5. I've got an M5 back at the farm. Here's an R. This one right here is a ZT. So similar tractor, but a little bit different design. Probably similar engine, similar, you know, grill and all of that stuff. But as you go back to the back, you can see that they made some updates along the way as the tractor moved along. It's got a little bit different seat, steering wheels on the side. This one does have a little bit more of a similar, I guess I would say, gauge cluster. I do think that Caleb, my son that's working on it, I do think he has a brochure, a sales brochure for that ZTS, so that will be handy. Right here, that's the UB Special. That's the parade tractor ride special. Here's another Z. It's a single wheel front, so I guess I don't remember if that's like a ZT or what that is. Maybe a ZB right here. I don't know if it's a ZB or something. I don't know. It's a tractor. There's another shed to go look at though. Let's go see what kind of tractors are out there, see if there's a ZTS out there. Hey, wait a second, you're not a Minneapolis Moline. That would be a cool restoration though. Expensive restoration. That's the tractor I remember as a kid being the big tractor on the farm. Still is the big tractor on the farm. Well, maybe not. Maybe technically this would be considered the big tractor on the farm, the big A4T articulated, hooked up to the field cultivator. Here's another Z here. It feels like that one gets used a lot, moving around wagons and things like that. Then we get into the newer tractors, M670, M670 again. If you remember from my video last year, I'll try to put a link up at the top here. This is where a huge stone stave silo used to be, ribstone silo used to be. And the derecho, it wiped it out and wiped it out onto that shed. You can see my uncle has started rebuilding the shed because it was tractor storage for a little bit more of the collection. The silo, it's buried and gone. The setup still kind of boggles my mind a little bit on the size of this operation and what all was going on here. That big harvestor right there, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like that one was maybe set up for silage. Same with the ribstone that's missing from this spot right here. But this harvestor right here, it's got an auger coming out, so I don't know if they had wet corn in that or what exactly went on. But what was supposed to have happened, or maybe did happen, I don't know, is you had those three there, and then you had this feeder out here in a feeding floor, and you could load feed from the silos out there. It would drop down and fill the feeder, and they would fatten calves on it. Just mind-boggling to me, the intricacy of it all and the size that this farm was in its heyday. Kind of cool. All right, enough history though. Back at it. I need to go see what Caleb is up to.
This actually on, I think.
Oh my.
More penetrating oil.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Oh!
More grab. Okay, I think you're off. Yeah, it's off.
Look at that.
Oh.
These little buggers were tough to get. We're just trying to get this fan shroud off. Is that what we're trying to do? No, we're trying to get the radiator nose shroud dingler bopper off. Will it come off after this?
Supposedly. Let's right around. Yeah, probably just take this hose out. Put a bucket under it. Straight up.
All right, well, it is 3:42. Not a big day today because, well, I just really don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to lead Caleb astray over there, and Caleb's uncle or grand uncle, great uncle. He's a grand great uncle, whatever he is. He wasn't available today, so it was just the two of us. Caleb, why don't you go through, tell us what you got off today.
Let's see. So we got all the mounting brackets up here off and the fenders. We took the intake and exhaust manifolds off, and the alternator, and the nose, and the radiator, and the fan shroud.
All in all, a pretty good day, Caleb?
Yep, it was.
That's the thing, is like we don't know what's next. Like, do we start tearing into the engine next? There's this platform back here that needs to come off, but it looks like an involved process because your clutches and, well, no, you don't have any clutches. You have a hand clutch. Your brakes and all of that apparatus is connected to the platform. So that seemed a little bit out of what we wanted to do without some intelligence here. The same with anything electrical. We didn't take off the condenser. All of that stuff, the starter, we just didn't want to leave that bare open. We're going to drape a sheet over it. And I think call it good. Caleb's going to come back in a week, so he'll be at it again next week for a couple days. All right, Caleb, I think we need to end the video. How do we end the video?
You're the YouTuber.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are. If you've got suggestions or ideas for this Minneapolis Moline ZTS, put them in the comments down below. Caleb and I would love to read them. We'll bring you along. I'm not going to be here every week that he's working, but I'll update you as much as I can. And by the end of the school year, he's a senior. Remember, this is his senior project. We should be driving around in a Minneapolis Moline ZTS. And by we, I mean he. We'll see you guys. Caleb, I think you're going to have to get some new gauges. I'm worried about all the stuff you're going to have to buy.
Yeah. That's called a job.
Yes. John Deere.
And grants.
To fund Minneapolis Moline.
Yep.
I like it. Good idea.